Shalom Aleichem, YU Torah viewers, YouTube viewers. This is Rav Hershel Reichman with some Divrei Hesped and Haracha for my dear friend Rav Jay Marcus, who passed away just recently, and Shiva just ended. And I wanted to talk a little bit about Rabbi Yaakov Jay, who was a great talmid of the Rav Hershel Reichman, and was one of his masharsim. And we know from Chazal at Yeshua ben Nun, Mishares Moshe, Yamush, Miterchayil, that being a Mishares is greater than just a simple talmid. And Jay Marcus Zitzal was zocher to be one of those few people who was privileged to be a Mishares of the Rav. And I wanted to talk a little bit about his unique Shavus. It says in the Tanakh about one of the colleagues of David HaMelech, Benayahu ben Yehoyada, that he was Ben Ish Chai Rav Pa'alim. He was the son of the living man and the man of many great deeds. And we know, and this was something very important that the Rav Hershel Reichman taught us, is that Lilmod L'Lamed Lishma Velasos, as we say in davening every day. We learn Torah, we teach Torah, we protect it, and we do what Torah teaches us to do. And a true talmid of the Rebbe will learn from the Rebbe, but then he will take that which he learned and he will build and create and develop real things based upon the Rebbe's teachings. And it is amazing to me, actually, that Rabbi Yaakov Marcus was nifter Erev Shabbos Toldos, and the Shiva was the week of Pashas Vayetzei. And I find it amazing that his name Yaakov was exactly a reflection of these two Pashios concerning Yaakov Avinu. The first Pasha, Toldos, is about Yaakov Ishtam Yoshev Aholim. Yaakov being this student who sat and studied for many years in the Yeshiva of Shem Ve'ever, and also at his father's Yeshiva of Yitzchak, and developed as a great Talmid Chacham. And then the next Sedra, Pashas Vayetzei, Yaakov goes out to the world. He goes into a hard, difficult place, Galus, for more than 20 years, back in Haran, outside of Israel, in a very inimical and difficult Galus, exile. And there he builds the original Jewish family, 12 Shiftei Kar, the 12 tribes of Israel, which is the foundation of our people. And Rabbi Yaakov Jay spent those early years studying Torah Lishma at the feet of the Rav Hershel Reichman, our Rebbe, And then he went out to do the charge of the Rebbe. His originally was the Ish Tam Yoshev Aholim, but then he became the Rav Pa'olim, the man of action, which is what the Rav always told us to do. And the first stage of his life was, of course, in the Rav Shir for many years, as a Mesharis and as a talmid mufak. But then, after that, after he got smicha, became a Rav, he went out. And I have to say that he took difficult challenges, something like Yaakov Avinu, who went to that difficult Galus in Haran. Jay went to Staten Island. When he went to Staten Island to establish the shul, from a Torah Jewish point of view, it was what we call a midbar, an absolute spiritual desert. Very few from Jews were there. And he established the Young Israel of Staten Island with, I don't know myself how many Jews there were, but it was a very small number. And over the years, he built it to a gigantic, huge, beautiful Jewish community with hundreds of families. And in the course of time, yeshivas moved in. Yeshiva of Rabbeinu Jacob Joseph, Yaakov Yosef Yeshiva. And then, of course, the great yeshiva of Tiferes Yerushalayim, headed by Rav Reuven Feinstein, the son of Rav Moshe Feinstein Zatzal, moved in. Jay established the community, and then the yeshivas came. And other types of Jews and other shuls opened up. While he was also the rabbi there in Staten Island and built this beautiful Jewish community, he turned the midbar into what I would call a Gan Eden. He was at the same time a pioneer in Washington, D.C. He went to Washington, D.C. regularly. I don't remember what the schedule was, whether it was once a month or once every 2 weeks, but it was quite regular. And he would have a shiur, which he would give to all the Jewish congressmen in Washington, whether they were senators, whether they were in the House of Representatives. He would give them a Torah shiur. And that group of Jewish congressmen became extremely important for the state of Israel and for American Jewry. It was an organized group of Jewish congressmen to support Israel and to support the rights of the Jews in the country. And Jay was their rabbi. It was his own chidush, his own creative idea, and it really was very, very important and effective. And when that was established and shul was established, he decided to go to Eretz Yisrael. And in Eretz Yisrael, he went to what at that time was a really underdeveloped town called Beit Shemesh, and he created a gigantic Torah institution, the Yeshivat Reishit, which I don't remember how many years ago it was, but it's 20, 30 years ago that it's been in existence in Israel, and by now many, many, many hundreds, if not thousands of boys have gone through and have become B'nai Torah. He also built the municipal swimming pool for Beit Shemesh. He raised the money and built it, and it's still used as the main swimming pool for the whole city. I myself have gone there quite a few times. He was a Rav Pa'olim, many, many, many good deeds. And he was blessed with success in his endeavors because he was the Shem Shemaim. He meant it truly to bring honor to Kadosh Baruch Hu, to Hashem, and Hashem blessed him with success in the shul, in Washington, D.C., in Eretz Yisrael. And he was also blessed to see his family continue his derech, his mahalach, with sons of his in the yeshiva, with a son-in-law who make another great yeshiva in Israel, Rabbi Fendel and Shterot, and with the shul of one of his sons in Springfield. They continue his work, and it's a great bracha. I think that he is truly a misharis of the Rav. Ben Ish Chai, Rav פעלים. Yehi Zecho Brach.